we can all agree, right, that life is pretty unique. It may be the most unique thing you have. You know, no one else on this whole earth knows what it's like to live like you, like your day-to-day routine and the history you've had and the family you've got. No one knows what it's like. Your siblings kind of know if you have them. Your family, you know, they know you, but they don't know what it's like to be you, to have your thoughts. And we can go about our day-to-day life and we get into habits and we get used to things. But I think sometimes we have to step back, right? And really think about the context of our existence and realize how cool it is. Realize how kind of out there it actually is, right? Think about it. We're living in a time where you can travel across the world pretty easily. We have technology that you could talk to anyone, anywhere, at any time. You know, some people would probably think a couple hundred years ago that we were gods, right? With how much we can do. So I think we need to step into that awareness of knowing how much we can do if we put our foot forward and explore the opportunities we have. And I think that comes with knowing a bit of history too. I quite like history. I like looking into where we've come from to where we are now. And you give like someone 300 years ago our capabilities and it would have blown their fucking mind of what we have. Go to the supermarket and have nice food all packaged up for us. Drive in a car and drive hours across country. Like, these things are normalized now because everyone has them and everyone does them. But actually, they're pretty insane. So I think sometimes we need to resist the norm to appreciate what life actually is and treat your life like some mystical journey that's written in a book somewhere or a cave painting in the mountains, you know? Because our life is so unique, it has unique challenges, and you overcome those as you go about your day and you try and be successful and happy. And if you treat your life like some sort of story in a book, then you get rid of all the mundane shit out of it and you can appreciate its kind of specialness, if that makes sense. If you're traveling across the world, like you're literally orbiting the earth to another spot thousands of miles away from where you were and experiencing another whole culture with a whole set of history and people and as I said, culture, all of it's different. And if you appreciate that, you can think like, whoa, this is fucking sick. How can I get the most out of this? How can this benefit me the most? So then we start to think of life as not some boring, you know, thing you have to do, but a precious kind of path you've taken, because we all chose to be here, right? So you might as well make the most of it. So treat your life like some mythological adventure, like you hear about gods of Greek origin on Mount Olympus. Look at yourself that way, because we are gods at the end of the day, right? As I said. So I think once we start to do that, we can get over the tiny little bullshits we live in our life and the little arguments or the things that piss us off don't annoy us as much, because you're looking at the whole grand scheme of things and you can think to yourself, oh, this is just a little blip in the story if you're struggling, right? And if it's a win, it's like, look at what you overcame and look where it's going to lead you to. Step back, and I think we can be happier people from doing that kind of perspective, from seeing from that viewpoint of, it's all right. You know, the things you think are important now, your anxieties or your worries, in a month's time, they'll be irrelevant. So why let it take up more space than it needs to? Let life flow and let every day be a fresh new way of looking at life. So then you can think to yourself in a couple of years' time, once you're older, what kind of life did I leave? What kind of story did I tell? What narrative did I give myself? And what legacy have I left behind? And when you start to think about that, you can really build things. You can lay a foundation for something you're passionate about. So yeah, I think I quite like to look at myself in that way, and realize that we're so much more than we think we are. That's the whole point of it, right? If we all had this such a good level of self-empowerment and confidence, think about how our society would run. So yeah, that's what I had to say. See you later.